Anime North is a Friday to Sunday affair, but you can show up on Thursday for pre-register. We got our passes mailed to us, but went Thursday anyways. Firstly, I said goodbye to a housemate.
See you later, you f***ing loser.
Then my boy Tim showed up and we were off to pick up Rob. I designated us Team Turd because there's another batch of us in a different car and I like making team names. We started the day with a great breakfast. Rob was convinced that his breakfast was haunted, but devoured it and its possessing spirit regardless, then criticized me for eating pancakes with my hands. We arrived at our mediocre hotel that was under construction and had lumpy beds, but the walls stood, the water flowed, and nothing caught fire, so it was good enough. It had free breakfast. I was going to have a bagel, and sat down while it toasted. As soon as it popped, a strange man started touching it, so I pretended it wasn't mine. Anyway, eventually John, Jamie, and Laura arrived. Their team name was JJ Cool L. It's okay if you don't get that reference. We spent the evening settling in, getting groceries, playing games, and probably went out to eat. I don't remember because I didn't think I'd put off doing this video for so long and the details are a bit fuzzy. Friday, we assembled sandwiches to eat at the con and went to the 401 diner, which is always really delicious. Finally, we arrive at the con, make sure our food is secure, and grab drinks. Always try to keep bottled water around you because it gets damn hot. There's already a huge crowd of people here, so we quickly grab our booklets and I got into the weapons check line because my costume had plastic guns. Because of that, I was almost late for the Digimon panel, which is pretty much one of the two things I wanted to do that day. The second being the Nomonoichi. We helped Jamie bring in his stuff, and I helped him sit up for a bit before going out to wait in line. Remember my bottled water advice? You'll want to bring some here because it's navigating an ocean of boiling flesh. When I was finished there, I passed by the artist area and into the dealer's room quick for some last-second shopping. They were closing in just 10 minutes. I bought Baby Metal Funko Pops and now own all the Funko Pops worth having. Back at the hotel, we played a new card game called Common Decency. You should check that video out if you're a fan of games like Cards Against Humanity.
And there is some British slang. Feel free to look it up on your phone.
Mine are all very lewd.
I think that's the point of the
Yeah,
game.
it's an 18 and up game, bro.
Saturday, I did some walking around to kill time before the Digimon photo shoot, and then I did some sitting. I had been cosplaying as Beelzemon again this year with some adjustments. Because wearing a leather jacket in sunny weather is only for morons and fools, I made time to strip off the jacket and cool off on occasion. On one such occasion, I met up with my friend Heather, who was dressed as Tyr from Soul Calibur. So after walking about and looking at costumes, it was time for the photo shoot. It was great seeing so many passionate Digimon fans, some familiar, some new, in their amazing costumes. They have cosplayers pose all together and grouped by certain conditions like season, particular pairs, and some miscellaneous requests. I never think to take my own photo, and I'm always behind the camera, but if I can find something, I'll put it here. You can also check out my few cosplay videos for a more detailed look at the items in process. We also did some podcasts for Anime North 2013 and 2014, so you can check those out too. Then it was a stroll off to the dealer's room for a really thorough browse because I absolutely love shopping. I spotted a bunch more costumes and spent a long while looking at stuff I don't need. The dealer's room has all sorts of cool stuff like anime, video games, toys, and collectibles, and more. I didn't have much else planned for this day, so I mostly just looked around. I also met Chika Anze, who does the voice of Chika from the Coffin Princess. She was really sweet and recognized Digimon. Late that night was the Renda Kaneda show, which I was pretty excited to see. Everyone headed to the hotel for the night, but Tim was kind enough to come back to pick Jamie and I up after the show. Admittedly, I don't do a whole lot at Anime North. There's tons of stuff going on every hour of every day, but I don't have very popular tastes, so for me it's usually a panel or two, a lot of dealer's room browsing, looking at costumes, and hanging out with the boys. On Sunday, I was already pretty exhausted from the super warm costume and being on my feet, but I watched a bunch of high school Sega girls and nothing keeps my spirits up quite like it. I saw some cool acrobatics and got Renda Kaneda's autograph, before heading over to the gaming building for, surprisingly, the first time. I'm not too crazy about table games, or playing video games at the con when I do that at home a lot. I mean a lot. You should check out my YouTube channel. The gaming building has a bunch of different rooms for various games, as well as a manga library. There's even a gigantic space for competitive games and a big LAN. After taking a couple of photos, we met up and went home. For Anime North 2017, I'm going to see if I can do some brief interviews with people and put together a more entertaining video. See you then, maybe. Maybe not. I don't get paid to do this, so my YouTube channel content is pretty whimsical.